Oh yeah, we got some heavyweight action. Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola, they've weighed in. Get ready for the Boxingego reaction. We're gonna talk about that in this video. The weights are back. The wait is almost over. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Before I get started, I got to tell you about this partnership. Make sure you click the link in the description to set up TUBEBUDDY. If you have a YouTube channel, regardless of what your channel is about, the genre, could be cooking, could be race cars, basketball, whatever. Click the link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. Use TUBEBUDDY. It takes money to make money. You always got to invest in yourself. I've been personally using TUBEBUDDY for years, and it's helped my channel. It's a great resource to get you familiar with YouTube. And what are you on this platform for if you don't want to make money? You don't want your videos to be seen or searched. TUBEBUDDY can help with all that. Click the link in the description, TUBEBUDDY, or you can go to my link tree to get all my links. Now, Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola, Fox PBC pay-per-view. We are doing the Boxingego watch party. Now, I cannot show you the fight for obvious and copyright reasons. However, we're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to a good fight. The weigh-in is over. That part is done. Both fighters cited post-fight in their interview or post-weigh-in interviews. They said hard work, dedication, and it's lit. Again, I will be doing the Boxingego watch party. Come back to my channel if this is your first time hearing my voice and you like content like this, boxing news, updates, breakdowns, all that. Definitely come back to the channel. Now, that'll be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right around there. This is the two weighing in. That's the face-off. Unfortunately, they weren't this close. I posted this on my Twitter. If you follow me at Boxingego1, they've used the two camera angles and they just spliced this together. But I wish they had an actual weigh-in. Like, I understand we're in the situation with the pandemic and stuff like that. Everyone's adjusting, but I don't prefer the social distance face-offs. Like, they have them so far apart. And I feel like if both fighters are doing their C19 tests and passing them, I'd rather see an actual true face-off instead of the distance 6 feet apart. I mean, what is again, if it's two people who are supposed to be cleared with the C19 tests and all the medicals and brain scans and everything you have to do to be cleared for a boxing fight, why not have a traditional face-off? It's not like anyone else is there, and it's not like these are, contagions or people who haven't passed all their tests. So that's just a little rant from me. But both fighters, as you guys can see, they're in immense shape. The weigh-ins, here's the tail of the tape I guess they put together. I prepared this for you. That's Andy Ruiz. Wow. That's Andy Ruiz today on the scale. And it looks like he almost has a six-pack about to form, which is crazy. Now, Andy Ruiz, for his weigh-in, he weighed 256. Here's an alternate angle for you guys. And the kid is in shape. He looks good. He looks good at this weight, 256 pound. I've made this up for you guys so you guys can see 256 pounds of heavy weight. There you go. Andy Ruiz looked good. I have no complaints. Like, you could tell the way his shirt, like when he put his shirt back on, you could tell the way his shirt fit that he's in great shape. He says being in Canelo's camp, he's learned a lot. And being in Canelo's camp, one thing he definitely learned is discipline. This is no surprise because we know Canelo Alvarez is definitely a disciplined fighter himself and has a great career. So if you're going to join a camp, why not join a professional camp with a guy like Canelo, who discipline has never really been his struggle. Like, I don't remember a time where Canelo was like morbidly obese or ballooned up in weight. Like, you could tell he takes his career serious, and it looks like that work ethic in the Reynoso gym has definitely rubbed off on the boy Andy Ruiz, because again, he's looking good. I mean, look at him right there. And this is not even like, I'm not the fighter, but just as a man, when you're in shape, because I can attest to being in shape, you know, I've definitely had times where I was like in super duper great shape and working out routinely and stuff. And I want to say it does something just being in crazy shape. Like, it does something to your psyche. You feel better. You feel good. You feel, you know, masculine, I guess you could say. So imagine all the, you know, the actors when they get real dialed in for a superhero movie, like Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, your testosterone, you know, you've been eating clean, stuff like that. It makes you feel different. So Chris Arreola, he also came in shape. You guys see here, and I'll pull up my graphic that I made too. 228.5. This is the lowest that Chris Arreola has weighed. Once again, Chris Arreola getting ready to fight Andy Ruiz. He weighed in at a very firm and steady 228.5. This is the lowest of his entire career. The last time he was even remotely close, they said on the telecast he was 229, and it was definitely several years ago. So this was amazing to see Chris Arreola, who has been in boxing for a while and coming in this type of shape. So to me, this stipulates that Arreola knows this is probably his last hurrah if he doesn't look good. Like if he just went out there and got embarrassed or something like that and doesn't put out a solid performance, win, lose, or draw. See, that's the great thing about boxing is it's not even just about a victory. You can lose and still not lose credibility with the fans and lose integrity. Like I would say Sean Porter, who was doing commentary on this telecast, if you look at his losses, nobody writes Sean Porter off because all of his losses, he fought his heart out. And some people argue he even won some of those fights. Kell Brook was like a split decision, if I'm not mistaken, or a majority decision. The Keith Thurman, they booed Keith Thurman post-fight at the Barclays because some people thought that Sean Porter did enough to win, etc. Errol Spence fight was close. Some people said the difference maker was the knockdown that Errol Spence got late. So it's not just about win or lose. I think you just have to go out there and valiantly fight. And it's good to see guys, especially from my state, like California, who have been in the sport, been in boxing for a while, who almost had like this rejuvenation or rebirth. Chris Arreola and Jose Cito Lopez come to mind. That's why I said in my state, they're both from California or whatnot. But these are two fighters that they never had any handouts. Chris Arreola fought the crazy puncher, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my God. Right? He didn't even have to do that. But it was Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin of Russia, who failed a drug test, causing Wilder to need another opponent because clearly the Povetkin fight wasn't going to happen if his opponent failed a drug test with meldonium. So Chris Arreola, he stepped up. He also stepped up in the past when he fought Klitschko. He lost, but he stepped up. He had that fight. And just when you thought it was over for Chris Arreola, you know, after the Wilder loss and stuff like that, he had a couple bad performances like Fred Cassie and, you know, a couple other performances where Arreola didn't look that impressive. Then he redefined, I don't know if he rededicated, and he started coming in looking in better shape and stuff like that. And he gave it one last go, and now you see him about to fight on pay-per-view with Andy Ruiz, and he looks good, he looks ready to go. So I'm happy for Chris Arreola because it's kind of been like a rebirth. This is almost a rarity in the sport of boxing that you have two known and guys that have been in the sport that are both of Mexican ethnicity that are fighting in the heavyweight division. Yeah, you see it in other divisions, like oftentimes smaller divisions, Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera, stuff like that. But in terms of name known, U.S. soil, name recognizable people, not like, you know, Univision or Telemundo or something like that, two heavyweights. I don't remember this. Andy Ruiz was the first heavyweight champion of Mexican descent to win a title. And Chris Arreola was projected back in the day as someone who might have garnered that title, even though he came up short versus Klitschko and stuff like that. So he was the Mexican heavyweight. It's almost like two different generations fighting. Like Chris Arreola was thought to be the guy that might be able to get the title and be the first Mexican heavyweight. But then in the end, it was years later, it was Andy Ruiz. So Look at how slim he looks, bro. Look at both of them. Andy Ruiz looks kind of buff, and then Arreola's slim. So I think it'll be a good fight. Come back tomorrow, Boxingego watch party. We're gonna have fun with this one. It's a great card. Sebastian Fundora, he looked crazy. Super tall, 152. I'm ready to go, man. This should be a good fight. He said, I consider Andy a boxing friend, but once you step in the ring, the friendship is out the door until the last bell lasts. So yeah, I think Arreola knows he needs to at least have a solid performance. You know, he's had a lot of opportunities and stuff like that. And he's, like I said, he's redesigned his whole career. He definitely has. Because the Adam Kaunaki fight, people thought he was going to get blown out of the river, because this is before Kaunaki lost to Robert Helenius. Shout out to Al Heyman and PBC. Yeah, this was before he lost to Helenius. And he looked good in that fight. They set a career high amount of punches thrown. But the reason I'm saying shout out to PBC, because as I'm making this video, this is all freestyle, not scripted. I don't have teleprompters. This is what boxing is, and this is what I prefer. Good old-fashioned, grassroots, organic promotion. Look at Fox. They're not clout chasing. They're not trying to sell you a bunch of drama. Look at all of their posts. As I'm doing this video, this is all live. I just came here on this page to give you guys something to look at. But look, Chris Arreola media workout, undercard fighter Sebastian Fundora, quotes from Andy Ruiz. I love to see this on the social media. Chris Arreola media workout. You know what I'm saying? They're not posting a bunch of unnecessary stuff. They're not clout chasing in order to create fake hype and drama. They have a pay-per-view event. This whole promotion for Ruiz Arreola has been organic, and has been it's a breath of fresh air, people, in my opinion, because they're not doing what some of the other people are doing, where you have to say, like, you have a lousy fight that you put up, so you got to mention Deontay Wilder, or you got to mention Gervonta Davis or Errol Spence, because people don't want to see your fight, and a bunch of clout chasing and stuff. I'm not with that. This is just good old-fashioned promoting. They're letting you know who's fighting, who's on the undercard, and it's a concerted effort to let you know the people's story. Very good job. I'm very impressed as I'm looking at this. They're showing you replays, where the guys came from, where they've been, quotes. You know, this is real good stuff. But both fighters in shape. This is my reaction video. Let me know what you guys think, how I did. Also, who are you picking to win? Does Arreola have a chance? Are you siding with Ruiz? Let me know all that in the comment section. Ruiz says in closing, when we're in there, it's like gladiators. You have to have that mentality to be victorious. So we know Ruiz focused in the Canelo camp. I'm really anxious to see how that is going to manifest into his performance. And he wants to try to get a bigger fight. Luis Ortiz is, and maybe a title shot at some point. Deontay Wilder is an option. He says he'll fight Joshua again, Fury. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We work. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.